Crafty Familia. I'm testing my voice right now because the last video I uploaded for you, I wasn't talking that much, I think. No, I didn't talk at all. I put subtitles in Spanish and I put instructions in English. So hopefully that was helpful to you. So right now we're going to begin. I just created another petal. It's very simple. I'm going to show you real quick. The only things you need is to go to your free shapes, of course. Add one circle. I love the pentagons because of the direction of the bottom lines go, and a scoring line. Once you select those three things, you have to make sure the scoring line you see is barely visible. You make the change from scoring into cut. Once you have that, it's set up to be used. Let's put this aside. And sorry about all the moving. I'm trying my best to stay calm. Okay, now you're gonna go ahead and unlock the circle shape because you want to make an oval. You're not gonna believe how easy it is to make this beauty right here. And I mean, if you like the flower that I show you, it's made with this. So I really enjoy teaching you how to use this awesome program. And of course, it's not sponsored by it, but I know there's a lot of people out there learning, and if it's easy for me to use it, you know, it's a blessing for me to help you out with it. So you want to duplicate once you decide what shape or the size measurements of your petal, of your oval are gonna be, and you kind of put them together. I kind of eye-sighted on this, but if you want to, you know, make them straight, you just have to select both images, and you can select them like that, clicking and dragging your mouse, or some of the things I do is I press the command button on my keyboard or control and other kind of computers or laptops, and I click one at a time. Make sure that I drag it a bit closer, and then align them on top to make them look straight. Now we go to weld, and we're gonna grab the pentagon. I mean, I chose this one, but you can choose any base. Even a square will do the work, but I like the pentagon because, like I say, the bottom lines make it look smoother. So if it's too small for you, make sure you go as close as you can, because you don't want that. You don't want any left outs, and you don't want it under, you know, like taking way too much space like that, because it will look weird. I don't know. I just like it to look as smooth as I can put it together. There. Once you fit it in as your bottom, you just have to select both images, and remember, in order to slice or weld, you have to select more than one image, which is in this case 2 of them, and I could either slice it or weld. That's what you need to learn first in order to make things like flower petals or any other image that might come to your mind. So right now we're using the weld feature, so we're gonna go ahead and weld it, and that's your petal. But it's not finished yet. What we're missing right now is the scoring line, which is not scoring anymore, by the way. It's actually cutting line. And as you can see here, it's behind the petal, because remember, every time you create a new image, it goes rotated to the front. So what you want to do is just to go ahead and arrange the cutting line to the front. Now you can see it. You're gonna resize it. What I did in here, again, I don't know, I wish I could be more specific with the measurements, but I mean, I don't go over an inch depending on the size of the petal for the cutting line. And this is just because I'm so lazy to use my scissors. Like, all the petals cut out from the flower I show you, they were cut with the machine. I know some of you might think like, oh come on, you could just make the cut in the middle, but really, it's really nice to just grab the petal set just to be glued. So as you can see here, we did about an inch in of the size, the length of the cutting line. So we're just gonna select both images, which is the scoring or cutting line and the petal, and we're gonna align them. You want them to be centralized horizontally, and you also want them to align them in the bottom. Once you align them, before you unselect them, you wanna attach them. Now don't confuse it with grouping. When you group an image, like right here, this group of images, it's grouped. That means that I can move it around the canvas. But when you center cut, it will not cut like this. It will cut separately. Now, if I happen to attach them instead, what it's going to create is an image that is going to be cut several times. Like, it will be cutting the lines on top of each other. Attaching is to cut together. Grouping is so you can move it around together. And if you flatten, it's going to make it printable. For example, let's click printable. Now you don't see it, but don't worry, just undo it. Okay, so it's not grouping, it's attaching. So this image won't be going anywhere. So this cutting line will not go anywhere when you center cut. Right now, I love the feature of group or ungroup because they updated it, like they upgraded in a way that now you can hide as a group. I don't know, maybe it was there before. If it was there before, let me know in the comments, but I just came aware of it nowadays. That I noticed that once you group set of images, you can hide them together. Before, I remember I had to go one at a time. And now I just go to the group and they hide them.